Hello and welcome to Las Blancas Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Las Blancas Podcast, where in this new series where we talk about Madridistas in action at the Euros. We are almost there towards the end. The semifinals are done. The finals are set. It's going to be England versus Spain once again, just like the World Cup final. And to mark the end of this small series and this tournament, I've changed my smelly t-shirt according to that comment that we received. But no, you're wrong. I'm going to wear my Germany tee again, and I'm going to host this pod in my Germany tee. So yeah, bear with it. I don't care. Here it is. I don't
That
care.
tea is unbeatable, like by you,
Yes,
not by
it's
Spain.
here to stay for the entire tournament at least. But yeah, two very engaging sets of semi-final um, with heartbreaks at the end. Both went to added extra time, and wow, what a drama! What drama! Honestly, like never expected. Let's start by talking about the first one, then we'll get to the second semi-final that was today, which involved some of the Madridistas actually. England versus Italy. Nobody gave Italy a fair shot. It always seemed like this is England's game to lose. It's England should be in the finals, and yeah, they did manage to qualify for the finals. But Italy's performance in that game, they were 1 minute away from making
Yeah.
it to the finals, their first final since 1997. And that was some performance from them, honestly. Like the first half was absolutely brilliant. The second half, once Girelli went off, I think they lost a little bit because they lost their captain, they lost their brilliant outlet up front. Then they took off Cantore as well pretty soon. Then they took off Bonansea. So the substitutions, I think, killed the game for Italy. They lost that little bit of edge that they had, especially in added extra time. They had opportunities because England were absolutely playing out of their minds. Like they had six attackers on the pitch. They were going for it and everything, and there was space on offer. Italy did get front, but lacked that final decision making. And yeah, well, what did you make of it, Kanita? I was genuinely very heartbroken for Italy given their performances and the way they played in that semi-final, particularly what it meant for a lot of the players. Not that it doesn't mean any less for England to qualify, but for a nation that was given no chance to even make the wasn't even much of chance to even make the semi-finals, to reach there and to lead it, to be in the lead till 96th minute is wild. What did you think?
Well, first of all, like about those subs, after Girelli, Cantore, and Giuliano as well. You mentioned Valencia too. Like I was thinking, like after those subs happened, I was thinking, yeah, but what if England scores? What then for Italy? Because I was feeling like something might happen or something, and something did happen. It's 96 minutes. But man, like it was like a double heartbreak. Like both of the goals being conceded at the very last minute, like first in the 96th minute, literally the game was about to end. And then in 119th minute, that penalty I was taken, and oh my God. And even like there was so much talk about the penalty as well in the last like today everyone was talking about how it wasn't even reviewed, and like they didn't even think to review it, like not even a second. And there wasn't like penalty takeover or anything. But it's yeah, it is a weak penalty, and it is a penalty. But yeah, I don't know. But man, what a heartbreak! I like a double one, the last minute of first regular time and then the extra time. Crazy, man. I was so sad. I mean, I was like, oh my, I was dreading penalties again, honestly. But then a penalty kind of ended the game as well. So it was even worse, in my opinion, than going to penalty shootout and getting to what 14 penalties probably again. So yeah, wow. Yeah, I feel for Italy. Honestly, that was crazy, and the emotions after the game were just really hard to watch.
Yeah, it was a difficult watch, honestly, like because you see how good they were with Girelli, and she
Mm.
gave it her all. She's 35, you know, played absolutely out of her mind at this tournament. Uh, was Italy's main goal scoring option up front. Uh, all of the chances were funneled towards her. All of Italy's progression was funneled towards her. Um, and like it's very it's very difficult because maybe she doesn't play the next Euros. Maybe this was her last
Yeah.
Euros because she'll be 39 by then. It's difficult to be playing there, and because Italy do have some good options coming up as well. So maybe they change the system. Maybe they do something. You never know. Same goes for Bonansea, two players who were key in that 2019 side that made it to the quarterfinals at the World Cup, have been a key proponent in this Italian side, sort of progressing and doing well in international tournaments again. Lenari at the back, another player who you don't know, who will probably not be there because they'll be looking to
Mm.
move on to the next generation of stars until till the time the next Euros comes along. You never know. And yeah, I mean, they have good players. Cantore is one of them, absolutely stepped up, created both goals in the quarterfinals, once again responsible for that goal in the semis as well. So played absolutely brilliantly in this tournament. So it's not all hope lost. They do have some very promising players coming through the ranks. So let's see what's in store for them. But yeah, I mean, I think we have to talk about Italy, about England as well.
Mm.
Michelle Agyemang, like,
Yeah.
dude, absolute game changer off the bench. Like she comes on, she brings this air of chaos about her, and she thrives in it. Like when the game seems lost, she has done it twice now, where she has come on and she has scored the equalizing goal to send it into added extra time. And like she's just 18, and she plays with no fear. She's very eager to get on the ball. She jumps into challenges. She's not afraid to jump into challenges. She hits the ball very hard. Some player, like, I think, I think I think there are flaws in her game and everything. I don't think she's a complete player yet. And I think England have used her very well. She has been brought on into situations where there is chaos that England don't need to manufacture, because England are chasing the game. So, they are trying to pile the pressure on, and bringing a player who can, occupy the center back, spin them, attack the spaces in between them. She does it brilliantly. And I think she is going to be a decisive factor in the final as well, if England are once again chasing the game that they have done in the quarters and the semis. So yeah, I think brilliant player. What do you think of her?
I don't have much to add. I just know that when the subs happened, like first Chloe Kelly, then Michelle Agyemang, I was like, yeah, they're probably scoring, aren't they?
Yeah,
And yeah, like I felt like as soon as both of them were on pitch, I was like felt something in the air, the chaos, especially from Michelle. And yeah, absolute game changer, man. I don't know. It's gonna be fun because we're just at the start of her career too. So yeah, yeah, we'll see at the final. Hopefully she brings some of the chaos as well there. Maybe she gets more minutes. Who knows? Honestly, at this point, I don't even know why Chloe Kelly didn't start. Something like
yeah,
this keeps happening, these game changer moments, and yeah.
yeah. I think that is just Wiegman being Wiegman. Like she has her starting 11. She doesn't. deviate from that. We at least got to saw Esme Morgan in the starting lineup, which I think was a culmination of multiple factors, given whatever is going on the social media as well. But yeah, I mean, more power to Jess Carter about, she was facing some racial abuses and
Yeah.
stuff, which is never okay. It's okay to criticize a player and point out that these might be their weaknesses, but like bringing race and everything into it is it's very stupid. So yeah, I mean, about Agyemang, once again, like it's quite poetic that when there was a talk about racial abuses to one of their players, the player that actually equalized for England to send
Yeah.
it to add extra time was a player of color, was a black woman. So good times for England. Honestly, like Agyemang was a wild card pick coming into this tournament. Nobody expected her to be there, and I think she has proven her worth. So good for them. So let's talk about the second one, the second semifinal where we had some of our Madridistas, where we had our German Madridista start, where
Yeah.
where we had our Spanish center back start as well. So quite a day,
Crazy
honestly.
times.
Yeah, two players you wouldn't expect starting or haven't started much. I mean, still Maria Méndez has started once, but yeah, I mean, I think the game was 0-0 until the 112th minute when Aitana managed to find the back of the net. But very spirited performance from Germany, like to the point where you were like, okay, like if they push it to penalties, if they manage to do that, they can pull it off actually. What did you make of the game? And did you notice anything about the how Germany were trying to play, what they were trying to do? Any key players from Germany about how they sort of neutralized Spain?
Yeah, so it was like first half is more like looked more for Spain, but the rest of the game looked like Germany woke up and they were really good, like even on the ball. But like I really enjoyed Germany. They were playing, I mean, most of the time they were off the ball, but the movement, like looking at them and their movement off the ball was so entertaining. I legit switched sides in the middle of the game because, automatically I root for Spain, but Germany were so good and so entertaining to watch. It's okay, yeah, I want Germany to win. This is my bad, guys. Whoever was rooting for Germany, my bad. Everyone lost. So yeah, this is my bad. But yeah, what I noticed is that, well, first of all, Jule Brand again and her defending. Uh, bro, I don't know. That woman is insane. Very in a very impressed way. She was like pressing on the left and right. She was defending inside the box. She was like everywhere. She was everywhere. This woman is insane. And she was like, oh, also when she was in attack, she was also going with Däbritz on the right side. So they were going wide together. Like I was like, what is this woman on in this tournament, you know?
Yeah,
But Jule Brand being Jule, I guess. And but there are also some other players. I mean, yeah, for me, Sara was also decent. Like not one of the standout players for Germany, but like looking at her, watching her game was pretty solid. But like Kleinherne in defense, like she got injured later. I had a bad feeling about it. Like, but she was insane what she was doing the whole game. Then Minge, she was kind of like it was kind of on paper it was like five at the back, but she wasn't really on the fifth play in the back. She was like pivot in the center, but she would pull back in the center of the defense when they were really close and stuff. What I noticed from Germany is what they would draw Spain out wide, and they would then trap that player out wide, right, like in front of that player. Like if it was Aitana out wide, they would just go in front of her, trap her, and then she would have to go back and so on. So they were doing, especially on Spain's right hand side, like that was going on all the time. On the left side, like with Pina and Olga, was a bit different, even though they did push them out wide as well. But it was not really like that trapping situation sort of thing. But then you could see like Bühl there. You could see Jule again. Jule was on each side, everywhere, defending and pressing. I don't know how, but very, very entertaining. Like even the first half, where I think there was like at some point it was like 39 complete passes by Germany versus like 200 something for Spain inside first half. It was insane. I was like, oh my God, Germany is doing like so well off the ball. So I couldn't look away from them, honestly. Like at that point, I wasn't even paying attention closely to Spain. Which player was on the ball in the moment. I was just looking at Germany. And I don't know, they did such a good job. I was really, really disappointed in the end.
Yeah, I mean, they started with Kleinherne because there was no other option because Hendrik was gone, Linder was there was technically no other option. They played in a 4-5-1 actually with Minga playing in
Yeah.
the midfield, like you mentioned. Jule Brand again brilliant, but I think the most impressive player, I mean, Brand was amazing. I think was Kleinherne for them.
Yeah.
I think she made some really important blocks. That last ditch tackle as well that got her injured.
Mm.
If she hadn't made that challenge, probably Paravelo would have been straight through at goal. Uh, she's that sort of player. She'll put her body on the line. She'll she loves to get into those sort of challenges. And as soon as she went down, like you could see her in tears. I just hope that it's not an ACL. I hope that she can play next season. So
I think there was a
let's see.
hamstring or something
She
that
was
she pulled
touching
a
her
hamstring.
hamstring, but her knee also got twisted in the
Yeah.
challenge. So I think we'll get to know. Sometimes she did walk off on her own of the pitch, but she wasn't able to run at all.
Mm.
So I'm not sure. She iced her hamstring, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Her knee got twisted as well. So we'll find that out maybe later. But yeah, I think brilliant performance from her. And the point that you mentioned about Germany sort of trying to trap them out wide, that was the thing. Like they had a line of five in the midfield, and in that as well, like with the fullbacks and the wingers sort of tucking in, they showed them wide because they were blocking all those passing lanes to the players in between. They showed them wide, and then they would try to immediately put pressure on the player that received this is what they did against France as well, very well, despite being a player less. It was just Hoffman who was staying up and sort of trying to receive the ball as an outlet, but rest of the players, everyone was they timed the challenges really well. Brandt again, absolutely brilliant defensively, and she was doing this thing where to earn her side this breathing space, she would pick the ball up on the wide right hand side, and then she would make this inside run, getting in front of challenges, winning fouls. I don't know how many fouls she won. Let me just check. I'm pretty sure it's over 5 because she had won a lot of them in the first half itself. Let me just Yeah, she won 6 fouls, which is crazy. She was really good. Like that final ball is missing still. I think in her game, that is one thing that if she improves on, I think she'll be a world beater. She's still a very decisive player for any team she plays for, and I think next season playing for Lyon, I think she has all the potential to explode for Lyon. So yeah, another brilliant performance. Bühl as well. Klara Bühl was really good. Definitely came close, had the best of opportunity. She was the one that was making the runs in behind, because Germany usually did not go out to the right hand side. It was, picking the ball up on the right hand side and then coming inside and trying to find the runners on the left. And the runner on the left was, as always, Klara Bühl. So, very, very spirited performance once again. Berger as well, 8 saves in this game. Some really good ones as well, some from close range. She is definitely the goalkeeper of the tournament for me, like, absolutely brilliant. But yeah, let's talk about the two players that
Three.
three. Yeah, I mean, Athenea also came on later on, but I think let's start by talking about Athenea. She had sort of grown into this reputation of, being an impact sub and being one of the best substitute player coming off the bench, changing games, scoring goals, and stuff. But in this game, I think she wasn't that good. She did not have the impact as expected. She came on, she had some poor touches. Once again, she could not find those spaces. When she did, she the final ball was quite bad. But yeah, I mean, these games will happen off the bench. When you come off the bench and you are expected to change games with minimal actions, I think sometimes you are able to pull them off, and sometimes you're not. And I think today was one of the nights when she wasn't able to do that. But yeah, what did you think about Athenea's performance?
Yeah, I mean, there were some weird decisions she would make, like inside the box. She would like decisions to whom to pass or taking too long. But in the end, she did pull off an assist, which was actually the action started from her recovering the ball. Like it was a combination with Ona, and then she got it inside and she found Aitana, and obviously it was like mostly Aitana because of that finish. And the goal was insane. Like I'm pretty sure that Aitana herself didn't believe that moment it was
Yeah.
in. But oh my God, like but yeah, I mean still even with not the best of the games for Athenea, she did do that. And I mean, as soon as she came on, it was a bit weird for me because honestly I expected Mariona to be out. She didn't have a good game either, and I was like, just sub off Mariana. Like I saw Athenea coming on, and it wasn't a logical thing to assume. But no, she she wasn't out then. But then Mariana switched to the left, and then she got a better game after Mariana switched to the left. But Athenea stayed obviously on the right side. And yeah, I mean, as soon as she came on, she did seem, energetic. I did find a couple of good things, like in the first few minutes of her game. But afterwards, yeah, she was a bit shaky. But never mind that. She has an assist from this game, and yeah, that's what matters to me, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, technically she did get on the score sheet with that assist. But yeah, I mean, that goal, getting beaten on the near post is always something that is, not great to look at. And this one, like, I think it caught Germany sort of out of shape and a little bit in shock, because they when Lohman picked up the ball there and went out wide, I think they expected that the ball will go out and then they'll catch a breath and they'll regroup basically. That did not happen. Lohman's clearance was fell right into Spain's hand. I think it was Bache who picked it up and then
Atenea,
moved it.
Bati Atenea. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it was something like that. But yeah, I mean, I think that failed clearance like absolutely caught them off guard, because they were sort of ready to spring forwards and then they just lost the ball. So yeah, I think let's talk about the Spaniards first. Then Maria Mendez. she did get over 100 passes, one of three players from the
Mm.
Spanish side to get over 100 passes, I think, along with Paredes and Patri. 97% or some passing accuracy, but I don't think like she did that well, because obviously a lot of Germany's attacks were coming in transition, uh, and a lot of those transitions were coming from that left hand side where Olga was pushed up and everything. They would bring the ball out from that side, then cut in and find players over the top on the right hand side. So I think she was okay on the ball. She was safe. Like, she wasn't going forwards a lot, or like she wasn't playing those
Mm.
very many progressive passes. It was a lot of her passing to Patri, who has dropped into the back line, or her passing to Paredes, who is her center back partner, sort of. So okayish performance. Not sure if she starts in the final once Laya is back from suspension. I don't think so.
Mm.
But yeah, I think overall, like, she did not have a howler. She did not commit any game changing mistakes or anything, which is what you would expect. And sort of very good to sort of see where you know you have these three players, Lakrar, Maria Méndez, and Kleinherne, who all played in the under 19 Euros. Lakrar and Kleinherne captained their sides as well. Uh, so it's nice to see them all play at the international level, facing each other once again, putting in solid performances for the senior side. But yeah, I don't have anything to add on Maria Mendes, actually. Like, I don't have much notes on her. Do you?
No, actually, I think there was like 4 out of 5 duels that she won as well, like another thing. But aside from that, I mean, I think it's a good thing that she wasn't noticed in, just generally, that means that she had a stable game, not spectacular, but stable, and that's good from a center back. So yeah, I mean, not any notes really.
Yeah, yeah. I mentioned, I think earlier I mentioned one of three players to have over 100 passes. I meant
Yeah.
touches, not passes, actually. She had around 80 some passes. So yeah, I think I think Däbritz, on the other hand, for Germany, was quite good. I think she
Mm.
did not have much impact on the ball, because Germany did not get much of the ball. Like you mentioned that stat about them completing some 50 or 39 odd passes, and Spain were already at 200 or something.
Mm.
They ended up having some 700 passes, Spain. And when you're playing against a side that is not giving you any breathing space or any time on the ball, the best you can do is sort of try to win fouls, or when you win the ball, just circle around a little bit, let Spain push back a little, so that you have that time to then slowly build from the back once again. And I think Däbritz just did that. She won fouls when the ball was recovered in the middle. She knew how the pressure was going to come at her. So with limited touches, she put her body in between those challenges and won the fouls. I think it was very smart play. Like, it showed some of her experience. But of course, like, she was playing in a team where you know Minga is assigned the role to sort of help out defensively. Elisa Sens is also helping out defensively, and you have to help out defensively because the team you're playing against usually takes up all of the territory and the ball. So you are defending 90% of the time, and I think she did very well. Those closing down of lanes and then forcing the ball wide, helping the press. I think she was quite solid, to be honest. What did you make of the Brits' performance?
Yeah, I love she well, she mostly operated on the like like a left half space, let's say. But in attack, like a few times she went up. I mentioned her with Brand. It was interesting. Like she would attack on the right side. Like there was no one to help Jule, and she was like up against 5 players at some point. And the Brits was like, okay, I'm just gonna ball, and she just went out wide to help Jule there. To just have someone to pass, and like from that moment on, she had a few more actions like with Jule on the right side. So yeah, it was interesting to see that. But like generally in the game, like she was in that trapping thing as well. She was also doing the clearances, some blocks as well inside the box. And I also noticed her directing on the pitch a lot. I was looking
Yeah.
at her quite often. So yeah, she definitely has a sense of space around her. And yeah, I mean, I loved. I mean, it's her only start in this tournament, and I loved her display. So yeah, really, really excited to see her in Madrid.
Yeah, it was a mature performance, honestly.
Yeah,
Like a lot of it won't show on the on the metrics.
yeah,
Personally, I was just checking if there are any standout numbers, but she had 9 passes in that game, which
yeah,
sounds very bad for a midfielder. But then you take into account the fact that she wasn't the first out ball from defense. Germany weren't using her in the build up. That wasn't her role.
yeah,
But yeah, in the off ball scheme, she was cutting off lanes. She was directing players to occupy other players to so that they are able to win the ball back and everything. And when she got on the ball, the thing was there was such less time to do anything because of Spain's counter pressing.
yeah,
It was very difficult to pick out those balls. But I think for a player that hasn't been trusted in this tournament, I think it was a very mature performance coming in against a side as tough as Spain. So yeah, I mean, uh, pretty decent performance from all three Madridistas involved in this game, and we will have a chance for a couple of players to be crowned and come back home as European champions. So let's see what happens on the 27th when England face Spain in the Euros finals in what is a rematch of the 2023 World Cup final. Let's see how it ends, how the round two ends for this one. It's quite nice to have this battle between the current European champions and the current world champions to be crowned. Let's see who gets to be crowned as the European champions. We can have a new winner finally, or it
mm,
can be England just doubling their tally. So let's see what happens. If Spain end up winning, they'll have the World Cup and the Euros and the Nations League at the same time. So
mm.
it's crazy. It's gonna be historic either way, and we will be there to cover it for you guys. It's an early kickoff as well, which is so good for me. But yeah, just one more game, guys, and this series will come to a halt. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for constantly sharing your comments on our videos. We love that. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. We would love to reach 500 subs if possible before the season starts, so that we can put out some fresh new content. So yeah, share it with your friends. Like this video, and yeah, until next time, Hala Madrid.
Real Madrid.